Hey guys, and I'm back with another video. So today's video is about the Wendy Williams movie. Yes, guys, it was everything. I really liked the movie. I liked the character that played Wendy. She had Wendy Williams' mannerisms down to a T. Like just the way, Wendy talked, the way that she act. It was just, you know, hilarious to watch. But so it first like started out. Wendy was like a radio jock. I think she was in New York. I think she had like midnight hours, like a midnight shift. So she was like doing coke just to stay up every night or however doing her radio shift. And you know, she ended up meeting the rapper, I believe his name is Eric B or something like that, and they end up hooking up, and I guess they was, boyfriend, girlfriend, and she basically talked about how Eric B like used her and he was driving her car and she asked him like to be back because she had to be to work at a certain time, and he didn't come back on time, so she was calling his phone, cursing him out and everything or whatever, but she still was trying to make things work with him. She ended up renting him a car, and this nigga never bought back the rental car for like 2 months. So like the rental car people was calling her. They said that they was putting a warrant out for her arrest, the ABP out for her arrest or whatever, because she never bought back the rental car. So that's considered like, theft or however. Like, so she calling Eric B, cursing him out and all this or whatever. And he eventually bought back the car when he felt like bringing back the rental car, threw the keys. And she was just like, she cursed him out. She was like, thanks a lot, B, bitch, or whatever. She's just cursing at him and shit. She's like, ungrateful bitch, after all the shit I did for you, or whatever. She ended up getting pregnant by him, and she went to, to the clinic or whatever, to get rid of it or however. And, that was sad just because the way he was like treating her, like he was just using her for her car and, you know, just using her for money and stuff like that. And then, you know, when she got, used to his games and she found out like the type of person he really was, and, she didn't really want to deal with him no more. That's when, he tried to, I guess, end things with her or they get mad with her when, she let it be known, like, no, the gravy train stops here. I'm not going to keep on, renting you out cars or letting you use my car, and you can't even bring the car back on time for me to go to work, or, I rent you out a car and I tell you to bring it back, the rental car back at a certain time, and you don't bring it back for months. And he was just trying to, like, mess up her credit and just, just, like, bring her down. So then, she ended up getting fired from like one of the radio station, because she would just be up in everybody's business. But one thing about her, she tell it like it is. But the one thing I don't like about Wendy is she like to be up in everybody else's business. But when her ass is the hot topic, she don't really want to discuss that. She don't want to talk about her business, but she always up in other people's business. That's one thing I don't like about her. If you could dish it, you better be able to take it. But one of the funny parts in the movie is when Total came up to the radio station because Wendy was talking all this trash and was like, Total was P. Diddy group or whatever, Puff Daddy group, and he basically signed them to like a bad contract with Bad Boy, and Puff not trying to pay them, and Total was broke and they ain't got no money. Why they pull up at her radio station about to beat Wendy's ass? That part was so funny. It was Keisha, Kima, and the other one I forgot, and I forgot her name. So yeah, they pulled up or however, and yeah, they was ready to beat the fuck out of Wendy. So Higgle, Kevin, her I guess boyfriend at the time, he came and saved her or however, and told them, go about their business or however the case may be. And so Yeah, they had Kima talking in the video, the little docu series or however. She was cracking up laughing. She's like, "Yeah, we came up to her radio station. We was ready to beat Wendy ass." And then she said Wendy on after she got in her car, she yelled out something like "F y'all" or something like that or however the case may be, and then hurry up and drove off or whatever. And then Kima was like, Wendy is a damn punk. She was a punk for that, or something like that. She had said. So yeah. What else had happened? I really liked the docu series as well because I learned a lot about Wendy. You know, like first I just thought she just was this cold hearted person that just like to judge people and just talk badly about people, but she really does seem like she has a really good heart. You feel what I'm saying? And the way that her husband, her ex-husband, Kevin, Kelvin, whatever his name is today, treated her was wrong. This man literally had a mistress for over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And Wendy been married to this man for over what? It would have been like 22 years or something like that. So, I like the fact that Wendy was really authentic and she kept it real. She talked about how in the movie how when she first met Kevin, everything was going good, like he became like a bodyguard to her, then he became like her manager and stuff like that or however the case may be. But it was just so sad when you know they had end up getting married, and they kept having she kept having miscarriages. She had 2 5-month miscarriages, and she even talked about that on the show before. I remember her talking about it. It was just so sad that she had to actually carry the baby, I guess to term, and push the baby out, and the baby was like stillborn. And she said she had 2 5-month miscarriages that she had to push out, and then the nurses will be asking her like, did she want to know what it was or whatever, and she would say no. But one time I think they told her it was a girl, and it was just sad because this nigga ended up cheating on her. He was cheating on her the whole time for over damn near over 20 years, and he said right there and had a baby girl with the mistress. You know what I'm saying? With the home wrecker. And it's just sad. She put it out there in a movie how, you know, she seen the pictures and everything, in the videos of this nigga, like when he was caught on the beach, with the mistress, and she put the peace sign up, did the little duck lips and all that or whatever. And she was like, they was just chilling on the beach like they're a damn couple. She was like, this backwooted ass Barbie bitch. She was just going on the mistress. She was just saying, and I don't blame her. How can you be sleeping with somebody's husband for over, what I'm saying, a decade, for over, 16, 17 years, damn near 20 years or however. That's just wrong on so many levels. And sitting up there driving around in her cars with him, sitting in the passenger side of the Rolls Royce that Wendy Williams is paying for. You feel what I'm saying? So Wendy said she's seen all the all the pictures and all the videos of the girl Sharina Hudson, the mistress, driving in a passenger seat where Kevin was driving her Wendy's Rolls Royce, and this bitch in the passenger seat, of Wendy's car. That's just wrong. She said in the docuseries, she said she has seen a Porsche pull up, and she said it was a woman that was, she could tell that was pregnant, and got out the car and was like taking pictures and, of the house and stuff that Wendy and Kevin lived in. And she said then the car hurry up and turned around, made a U-turn, and drove off quickly, or however the case may be. However the case may be. But Wendy was on her shit. In the movie, she talked about how, on Halloween, how she had the Liberty Tax costume on or however, and she like fainted on stage. I remember that because I watched that episode. And the actress, she did a really good job, portraying that, you know, because Wendy eyes was like, they was bulging out the socket because they said she has Graves' disease or something like that. So I guess it makes your eyes get really big and bulgy, and then she ended up like fainting. That was like sad. But then Wendy said she went back in the back. Well, Kevin had swooped her up, you know, and like picked her up or however, took her in the back, and he said, "Baby, do you want to go ahead out there and finish the show off or whatever? I know you could do it." And she said she went out there like a champ that she is, and you know, just told the audience. I remember that she just was like, she's sorry she kind of overheated in her costume, but she's feeling better now and stuff like that. And she said thanks for watching, and she ended her show. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I guess Kevin did have like, he did play like a major part like in her life and in her career, as far as, you know, he ain't never let nobody mess with her. You feel what I'm saying? He was like her security guard, her bodyguard, or whatever. He also was helping her get deals and radio gigs and TV host gigs and stuff like that. So, you know, he was the producer of her show for so many years or however. So, you know, after she had a few miscarriages, she ended up getting pregnant with her miracle baby, which is her son. I guess Kevin Jr. or however the case may be. And she said and she showed in a movie how she was on bed rest the whole time, and she had to like do her radio host gig from like in the house or however, because she couldn't stand on her feet too long, because you know it was hard for her to like bear kids. So the only way that she can like, you know, bear having a child is if she, you know, be like bed rest, you know, sitting on a bed or whatever. So she did that the whole, I guess, 9 months of her pregnancy, and she ended up having a healthy baby boy or however the case may be. But she said it was I don't know if it was like a few months. It was it was in a movie a few months after she had her son. You know, she said she heard this nigga Kevin in there pillow talking and talking to some chick on the phone, and she could hear the conversation, and he was wrapping the little mistress bitch up or whatever. And then she said she started cursing him out and was like, "Who the hell is that?" You know what I'm saying? And he told her it was this female. He was ending things with her. He didn't want to be with her anymore. He was sorry and stuff like that. And I guess that's where the cheatation started from. And you know, the little mistress ain't never go nowhere. She just, you know, stayed a mistress, stayed a part-time girlfriend when she knew this man was married. That was wrong for that. Like, she gonna get her karma for that. And so it was just sad to watch. Wendy kept tearing up on the docu-series, and you know, she kept wiping her eyes with like little Q-tips and stuff like that. It was just like sad to watch, because that nigga Kevin, he really like broke her. He tried to really like break her down. But I'm glad that she bossed up, and you know, she got back, you know, on her grind. And she said she knew this nigga was cheating for years. So I guess like she was dealing with it, but like I guess one of her friends said one thing she wants, she said she could deal with the cheating and like, you know, the affair, but having a baby on her, that's total, you know, disrespect. That's total, is no coming back from that. And that's one thing her friend said Wendy would not tolerate, is bringing another baby in a world with another woman. So on a movie, like Kevin just kept cheating on her or however the case may be, and she was like arguing with him and fighting with him, and it just got worse and worse. And she said one time they was waiting for him on the you know, in the back room. They was about to go over like the show or whatever for the day, and Kevin came in the back room, and he slammed like the Rolls Royce, I said the Rolls Royce, I'm sorry, the Rolex watch down on a table, and he ended up breaking a table, and they was just having a lot of problems or however the case may be. I guess I don't know, she said that he never like put hands to her, he never beat on her, but I guess he was like, you know, mentally and emotionally abusive to her. You feel what I'm saying? Even if he didn't actually hit her, but the way, you know, he was breaking shit, and you know, she said he slammed the damn watched down on the table real hard, like, and broke the glass or however, or broke the table. And, he was just, acting a damn fool or however the case may be. And it was just like sad, to see Wendy like in so much pain on like the docuseries, because she actually talked about too how recently, like, before she got the divorce, she said she was hearing about all of what was going on. She said Kevin tried to hide it from her. She said, but she had a PI, a private investigator, and they told her everything she needed to know. So they told her that Kevin and the mistress had a house together. Wendy said he moved this bitch like 9 blocks or 9 miles away from our house that we lived in Jersey. She said, so when the PI told her all that information, she went to their house or whatever. She was looking all in the house. She was like, oh, they got this. Oh, but it ain't better than my house though. But she was basically saying on a docuseries, for her, the mistress, to be like a 32-year-old woman, that's kind of like, that was a come up for her. You feel what I'm saying? She ain't worked for that money. Wendy worked for that money. And this nigga basically was tricking off with her money to this little mistress bitch that she said that, she met, Kevin and the mistress met, I guess, through Charlemagne. But Charlemagne didn't introduce them, to like get together or anything. I guess Kelvin or whatever, Kelvin asked about who the girl was. The girl was interested in one of Charlemagne's other friends, but Kelvin was interested in her. So I guess Kelvin pursued the mistress, and then I guess she just, gave in and, I guess started talking to him for the money or however the case may be, or fell in love with him. I don't know, but that's wrong how they did Wendy. So, yeah, she just, she showed it all in a movie. She just was like, she went to the house, she spray painted all over, they door, all over the mailbox. Kevin and Wendy forever, you know what I'm saying, with like like the pink spray can or something like that. She's all over the house. She said Kevin and Wendy forever or however. So then she showed in the movie how Kevin came there to her house and was like, you could have got locked up, right? She was like, locked up for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my motherfucking house. Basically, like, I'm paying for all this. You tricking off with another bitch, you know what I'm saying, with my money. Having this bitch driving around, rolling around in the passenger seat in my Rolls Royce. She said, she wanted to call it quits with him then. So she said Kevin just thought she was like, I guess, like a fool. Like, he just was going to keep, hiding her like in this rehab place, because she ended up going to rehab. But she said the whole time she was not, she said, yeah, back in the day she had a drug problem, but she said at that time she did not have no drug problem. Kevin tried to hide her there and hide the cell phones. She couldn't get on no cell phone, no computer, no nothing, just trying to block her from like social media, because what was about to blow up, that the girl was pregnant and she was about to have his baby, and he didn't want Wendy to find out. So he had Wendy up in this rehab place, and only thing she was to do was go to work. These 2 securities would take her to work and bring her back to the rehab place. And so one day she showed in a movie how she was on her way to work or however the case may be, and it was so much traffic. And then the security was like, well, you don't need to go. She was supposed to meet with some lady or something like that. And they were saying, you don't need to go. I think it was like her therapist or somewhere. She supposed to met with somebody. And they said, you don't need to go today. We could just turn back around. You could go back to the rehab. Wendy said, oh, hell no. She like opened the door, or however the case may be. She opened the door and ran out. She had ran out or however, and was like, she Mom, kept running.
Mom, what's your daddy?
I'm doing something right now. Mama. She kept running or whatever, and she ended up getting a cell phone. She asked somebody, did they have a cell phone, and they gave her.
Mom, Mommy,
they gave her the phone or however the case
Mom,
may
what's
be.
your daddy?
I'm sorry about that, y'all. My son, he bugging me. But anyway, yeah, she got hold of a cell phone or however she looked up her name. She searched her name and it was saying that Wendy was a hot topic, basically that her husband was, cheating on her for over a decade or whatever, like almost 16 or 17 years. He been cheating on her with this mistress woman named Sharina Hudson, and they was having a baby on the way. She said she was crushed. She was so heartbroken, and you could tell in the docuseries she kept breaking down. It was just so sad to watch how this man mistreated her like that. You know what I'm saying? After all that she's done for him, like, you know what I'm saying? She Wendy was already somebody before, Kevin even came in the picture. So, she elevated him. She brought him up. So for him to sit right there and treat her like that, that was wrong. Sometimes Wendy do be hitting below the belt, and when she be talking about people, I don't be liking that at all because, Wendy, you not perfect. You had skeletons in your closet as well. You talked about other people merges, but your merge wasn't good at all either. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can't talk about people, but then expect for nobody to talk about you, or you can't talk about people and like think that that's okay, but then when you get your karma back from dissing people and talking so bad about people, talking about people got drug problems when you end up having a drug problem at one time too, and then it's just like you just don't do that. You feel what I'm saying? You don't talk about people getting a divorce or people cheating on people because it could end up happening to you, and which it did. And I feel a little bad for her, but then again, it's just like you know you did a lot of wrong things to people as well, Wendy. You know what I'm saying? Like the way she be talking about the Kardashians and just she talk about a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It's just wrong. So it's just like she end up becoming a hot topic herself when she always talking about people in her little purple chair, and she sit right there and do a whole segment about hot topics, but then she end up being one. And it's just sad to watch her cry, in a docuseries, because don't nobody deserve to be mistreated like that. But then again, it's just like, you reap what you sow. Like you put it out there to the world, like everything is good in Huntersville and all this and that. I remember that episode too when she was trying to save face when she didn't want to, tell people that she was going through marital problems or however. But we had already knew because, the blogs was picking it up that, this man been cheating on her for almost 20 years or however the case may be. And she used to always show that big ass rock on her finger that I'm quite sure that she bought herself. Kelvin, he didn't buy that. Wendy bought that ring herself, but she used to flash it in other people's face like, her marriage is so intact and like her marriage is solid. But the whole time she was having problems too. So you can't judge people unless you want to be judged. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, once she found out about you know, the mistress having a baby or however, she ended up getting her lawyers together. She divorced them, you know what I'm saying? And, she fired him from her show. And that's what she should have done. You feel what I'm saying? You won't be working for me no more. You know what I'm saying? You won't be tricking off with my money, giving it to your mistress, bitch, that you've been cheating on me with for over 20 goddamn years. Oh, hell no. You could take this little bit of money you won't get in the settlement. You can get this little nice little chunk of change. And then other than that, I want no dealings with you like that no more. You know what I'm saying? She said that her and Kelvin will always be like a family. You know what I'm saying? That she will always have love for him, but she don't love him like that no more. Love don't live any. She said love don't live here anymore, and she moved on with her life. But I know that it still hurt her because she still cries about it. So I don't believe that she's over the situation like she say she is. You feel what I'm saying? Just from looking at the docuseries, because she's still crying. She's still sad about it because this man literally broke her down. He tried to break her. But you know what I'm saying? I'm glad that she like picked up her crown, because she's a queen. You know what I'm saying? Like Kelvin might have tilted her crown a little bit, but then she picked her crown right back up and, tilted it and put it in the right position. And she's back on her grind again, back on her show without Kelvin. So that's all I wanted to say, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe to my video. Give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, guys.